So SHIP was created to be that safe place. You know, if you were outside, you noticed our logo. It's since changed a little bit, but it has a lighthouse on it because, as you all know, navigating Medicare can be a very difficult situation. And most of us have had employer group coverage for most of our lives. We understand a little bit more about group coverage, employer coverage, those type of things. And then when we get 65 or we're deemed disabled or under 65 as terms of age, we're confronted with the Medicare program. And that's an entirely different ball of wax for most of us. We don't understand how it works. We don't know how to use it. So where we come in as a SHIP is our job is to help you navigate that. You know, coordination of benefits. You know, how does my retirement plan work with Medicare? You know, how does that work? I have TRICARE. Some people have VA. Some people work, like many of you may have, what's called the United Healthcare's Group Advantage Plan, right? Some of you all have retired and you've received that from your former employer. Those group advantage plans, I'll just say right away, are typically maybe a little bit better than what you can get, what I like to call on the market, right? Because they're still very specific to you. They are advantage plans. However, they're only specific to the people who've retired and worked in the state of Alabama under that umbrella, okay? So they will have some add-ons that may be a little bit better than what the market can provide. So as you get inundated with mail and information, starting probably Monday, right? Because open enrollment is coming, right? You're gonna see a bunch of flashy postcards. You're gonna see a lot about zero premium and a lot about we'll give you some money if you sign up, you know, $150 and all these kind of things. And those things are true. They're not lying to you. Those things are available in the community. But the question really is, do they fit, right? Because each one of you in this room take different medications. Each one of you in this room see different physicians and hospitals. Some of you even live in different areas. So some plans that are available to your friend or neighbor may not be the best fit for you. And we see that so much in our line of work as SHIP coordinators, because we'll go to a group and we'll talk to a group of people and they will say, well, James, just sign me up for what my friend or neighbor has. She has the Cadillac health insurance plan, right? And they take her to the doctor, they have transportation, gym memberships, you know, all of these nice things that are happening, but they never look at what I like to call the meat and potatoes. Right? What are the meat and potatoes? Well, the meat and potatoes are things like your formulary, your drugs, your prescriptions. Are they on that plan's formulary? Because if you take an expensive drug and it's not on that formulary, that means you're going to pay full price for that particular medicine, right? You don't really know what your friend or neighbor's taking. So they may get that drug for a very low price. It may cost you a lot of money, depending on the pharmacy that you use. The other thing we like to talk about is your doctors. You know, the doctors that you want to see, are they in the network of the insurance company that you are looking into, right? Oftentimes people don't see that or they don't know to ask that question. They assume because they received the letter in the mail, I must be under the network. That's not the case. It's mass marketing. They're just trying to get your attention, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that plan is a fit, okay? So we're here to help you navigate these things safely. There are times when we can refer you out to a trusted source in the community if need be. But we also can enroll. We can enroll you in Medicare Part D. We can enroll you in Medicare Advantage plans. We do not enroll obviously in original Medicare A and B, but we do have relationships with Social Security. You know, they're the gatekeepers for that. Also, Medigap supplemental policy. Some people are confused. What's the difference between a Medigap policy, Plan F or Plan G, and a Medicare Advantage plan? You know, these are very confusing things for people to kind of come across when they're trying to make decisions. And we're just simply put your safe zone to help you. We have volunteers in the community that really help us get the word out. You won't get much information as far as mail from the state health insurance program, because as Julie was alluding to earlier, our federal funding is very specific about what we can spend money on. We are grassroots. We depend on the community to pass the word about who we are and what we do. So you won't see very many shipped postcards that are really flashy and coming in the mail, right? But if you look very closely at any material that you receive from the federal government, and often what you'll see also from the private sector plans, if you look closely, you'll see that it'll have 1-800-MEDICARE or contact your local SHIP somewhere on it in the fine print, right? So we want you all to know that so you can share that information with your friends and family. So what we're doing here locally, we're hosting Medicare open enrollment events throughout the region. So we're going to use some senior centers that we have here in the area. We're also doing it in our office and by phone. So, COVID, obviously, we all had to make adjustments to how we provide services. And one of the things that we're most proud of at SHIP is we were able to assist people basically virtually. A lot of people now, if you have an email address, you can technically get served from your sofa from us. We're really proud of that. And I know some of you may want to come in and see us. We'd love to see you. Come on in and see us. But those of you who can't, or you have some other things that are pressing maybe, and you want some information, we can get you information. And if you don't have email, we can postal mail you paperwork and do the counseling session over the phone. So in other words, we have a variety of ways to assist you. You don't have to drive to our building physically unless you need to. We couldn't say that prior to COVID, but now we can, and we're really proud of that effort. So October 15th through December 7th is Medicare open enrollment season. Okay? This is the time, no matter what you have, and again, this is really primarily speaking to the people that don't have the group Advantage plan through United Healthcare, right? You guys are pretty much protected, but those of you who don't have that, and those of you that you're related to in your community who don't have that, because they don't, they're going to need to talk to us. We need them to call us because we need to see and look. These plans are in constant competition with one another for your business. That's why your mailbox looks like it does. Because it reminds me of it. If you ever been, when we were all in grade school, and the teachers asked you a question and you really, really knew the answer and you wanted to be picked, what did you do, right? Me, right? Well, that's kind of what's happening in your mailbox. They all want to be picked by you. So they're trying to out postcard each other, right? They're trying to send you the information so that you can hopefully pick up that phone and call them, okay? What we want to do as a SHIP is arm you with the knowledge that you need to have those conversations. We don't get a feather in our cap whether we enroll you or not. Ultimately, our job is to educate you so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. Many people come to me and say, James, just tell me what your mom's in. I know you'll give her the best plan and that kind of thing. And I always say there's no such thing, folks, as the best plan. Because it's going to vary depending on each and every one of your individual needs. And that's the beauty of the State Health Insurance Assistance Program, is that we provide these services on an individual basis. If you're affiliated with a faith-based organization, if you're affiliated with a social club, we're asking you to reach out to us so that we can come out and support you and engage your community and let them know that we even exist, because most people still don't know that we're even here. A lot of people don't know that this service is here, and it's funded by your tax dollar. Okay, you've paid for the service, so everything we do for you is free. You've already paid for this. So once a year, we ask people to take a look at their Medicare options, and a lot of people, there's a myth that we just kind of go away after open enrollment. That's not true. We provide Medicare counseling service year-round because your needs change, right? Your situations change. So we're here year-round. A couple of things I want to touch on before I close. There have been some changes that you kind of look forward to going into the 2024 year. Because of the Inflation Reduction Act that was signed into law in August of 2022. One of them is the $35 insulin. I'm sure you guys have kind of heard about that. Any of our people that are taking insulin, 30-day supply of insulin now will be capped at $35. That's a significant deal for a lot of people because they were paying extraordinary amounts of money for insulin. Insulin is one of the oldest drugs on the market, and was costing people most money. Okay, so that's been reduced. There are also the shingles vaccine and some other vaccines you can get now without cost sharing. So, Medicare A and B will pretty much pay for that for you at zero cost now. So those are a couple of changes that are coming. Some marketing changes are coming as far as the television commercials, the Jimmy Walkers of the world, and those kind of folks coming on television. You shouldn't see as many of those commercials starting next week. All right, they should be subsiding. Okay, federal government kind of stepped in on that and realized that it was confusing more people than it was helping. We're grateful that you all provided us with the gift that you did. It is going to good use. We actually have a volunteer. I have to acknowledge her because she's been a volunteer with us for some time. Miss Ella Jones, do you mind standing for a minute? Can we give her a hand, please, you all? We're really grateful to have her. She's been very good for us in the community, getting the word out, and we're always looking for more Ella Jones. So if you all are interested, we'd love to have you. Our volunteer service is relatively minimal. It's 4 to 6 hours a month, and they basically work in your own environment. Some of you already are members of the church and things like that. All we're asking you to do is bring our services in with you. And those volunteer hours count. So we're grateful, we're humbled by the being acknowledged, and we appreciate you. We just would like for you to help us get the word out about this great program and this free service. Thank you all so much.